And we're back. It's time for Act 2. Just in case you forgot our names, they are here. Just making them very clear for y'all.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote that.
So he did
just
while I was
doodling between
going to
meetings.
get myself a good old coffee.
I finished mine.
I did
know what
finish
to
mine
do.
previously, which is why I had to get another one.
Yeah, you just got to keep them going.
Oh, of course. There is always a point in my life where I realize I am going to either have to curb this caffeine addiction like very, very
Or
hard,
lean in.
or exactly just wade into the ocean. Just take
Is there a
caffeine
bulk
addiction.
rate? Yeah. Is there a Costco of only coffee that I can visit? Exactly. Yeah.
I buy as much of my coffee stuff as I can in bulk for exactly that reason. Just like, I know I'm going to get through this.
That's smart. That's smart.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
I
no,
saw
we're
I know we're just slightly off the game for a second. I saw a TikTok the other day that was about just someone calmly organizing their kitchen, but stacking and stocking things that they were going to consistently eat. Just like, you know, there's this product I always eat, so I'll take it out of its package, and then I've got like a little tray that all of them sit in file next to one another.
Nice.
It's been deeply inspiring.
I would love to have something like that because the packages don't really work. The native packages don't really fit together. You've just got a jumbled mess of stuff, right? I like when people like have their flour in the flour container and their sugar in the sugar container and the
Exactly.
Yeah,
and part of the brand, like part of the packaging is just like putting the brand first and putting like advertising on it and putting like, you know, these kinds of different things that I
just
don't
need to know
need
that
it
it's
now that I
flour.
have the product.
Yeah, I already bought it. Exactly.
Now, where will we
Okay.
find our labels and our flour in this act?
I just want an ice cream. I love having Runic Pyramid and ice cream because it's kind of it's like the I don't want to leave anything behind build. It's total hoarder build.
It's
You know,
it's Vault of the Void, the game. That's what happens. You play Vault of the Void and Slay the Spire.
It's just Vault of the Void. So
Now, one thing I've immediately noted here is down here at the very start, there is an early shop, which is nice. But it then leads you to a courier and then another courier and question marks in the interim and then courier. Like the rest of the path is trash.
Oh gosh, what happened? What happened?
Oh, so I feel like I'm steering
couriers.
clear of that.
Don't get me wrong, but that's a lot.
I like them too, and I wouldn't be entirely surprised if there was some play in like one of us going to the shop and then one of us going to the courier in this space.
And then we have these couriers lined up.
And then we have situations where we have the ability to like, you know, pass off the strike dummy. But I don't know if that's something that we should be aiming towards right now more than yeah, exactly. Just delete that half of the map. We don't need it.
It's too many couriers, man.
Whoa! Take!
Yes.
Take! There are 2 elites here that can be fought, and then if someone just follows that path, they get a question mark and they get 2 free relics.
Yeah. This is my best attempt, by the way, to make the Ring of Pain parallax right there, the prismatic effect. I had to turn that off real quick. I actually think it's really cool, but it was making me see the 4th dimension.
Yep. There are visual effects in game that I'm like, oh man, I love that. I'm turning it off now.
Gotta turn it off, especially for streaming.
Yeah, no kidding,
absolutely.
right?
I like that, and I like that this left side has just in general better elite density because I'm feeling like we're not far off, especially with our potions. I'm feeling like we're not far off from being able to take that.
Yeah, I feel pretty
Like
confident against elites this floor, and I believe you should too.
Let me clear my nonsense. But somebody should be doing this. One of those two. Because then you're set up to either do or don't take the 3rd elites. Like, this is just a nice line.
Well, you've got
It's not very
272
upgrade
money
dense.
right now. How about
true.
something like this? You take this line to the first shop and then start cutting into this. Someone takes this line. So I guess if I'm saying you're taking this line, I guess I'm volunteering on this one. We can share this space. That's 2 campfires behind one another. We can share this space. That's 2 relics behind one another. And then one of us cuts over this side, one of us cuts over this side. And then we have the ability to share these last 2 to get a free relic.
There's one other line that I think we haven't contemplated that's worth at least thinking about. And I think we wrote it off because it's over here in Mousetown.
Yep.
But it's actually not bad because of this node.
Yeah, that allows us to do the 2 split paths, but then again get both the free relics.
And this is a way to hit this merchant and then take a higher density of elites. Like that path can still take 3 elites.
Oh, so you'd be taking the 3 elites on that path?
Yeah, and the reason that I actually think that makes a lot of sense is I have warp tongs. I can afford a lower density of upgrades. You really benefit from upgrades, and you will not have warp tongs to get them. And also, like, I'm just gonna need the 1 rest, and then I'll get my 2 more card picks out of it, right? So this lets me hit that merchant as noted, and then you can still go and take either 2 or 3. Like, we get to choose which one of us takes this elite. We can alternate either way.
I like that, actually. We can choose based on, who's most powerful at this time and who can, wants a free relic more than the other person.
And like for me on the right side, I could still just go to this too if I needed to hit another fire, right? So plenty of optionality there. Okay, you like it?
I like it. I like it. Yeah. So I am taking this original left path is the goal here.
I think that works really nicely. I think
I'm
that
comfy
works really
with it.
nicely.
I like, honestly, I'm super comfy with it because I'm still looking for 1 more prostrate. And just lucky and other things like that. Honestly, I might go to one of the question marks though, because I don't think I need as many cards right now.
Yes.
I want another Roth entry if I can get one.
Are you gonna be Gucci taken for fights in the beginning, 2 hard pull fights? This is the only thing is.
I'm taking this question mark at least as 1, but I think 1, 2. Oh yeah, no, because it is 4 even with the question mark. Yeah, I'm fine with taking 1 hard fight.
I think your potions say you're fine. I think your potions say you're fine.
Yeah.
But if it seems like they don't, contemplate this to have the out.
I like it.
Cool.
Oh my god.
Let's do
games.
Video games.
They are indeed, aren't they?
Are we on top of each other?
No, I'm on the leftmost space.
You're far left, just, okay.
Yeah, it's just representing my name up to the top and right of it.
I was like, surely it won't let me do that. Caca.
A caca to you too, sir.
Getting this True Grit upgraded, it's going to be a nice time.
Teak, I just need you to look at my hand. Like, this is just my future. This is how we play now. Eruption, Flurry of Blows, Infinite Miracles, Evil, Vigilance, and scroll to reload.
Just reload the gun. Just fully fill the gun back up.
Oh, that's how we do.
Then weak, 14, perfect. Perfect. Dirty mouth. Clean it up. Yeah. Good times.
Great Classic Hits. 1017 WSFM. It's stuck in my head. They did it. They got me. I now advertise them regularly anytime anyone says the words good times around me.
That's so funny. The stuff that gets stuck with us, right? I still remember a few various commercials, various and sundry commercials.
I feel like there are a lot of American commercials that just became broad and everyone knows, like, Bye, man, and that one, like that. I don't even know what that product is, but I know it. Bye, man, and something like that. No, I might have the leading letter wrong. It could be a P, it could be a B, it could be D. I don't know.
There is definitely a letter in there.
I'm almost certain it starts with a letter because it continues with letter thereafter. And typically people either do or do not use letters when they spell a thing. It's seldom the opportunity for a person to both use and not use letters at the same time. Quantum superposition of letters is rare, is effectively what I'm saying here.
I think you're right. I think that's true.
Do you need to die? Yeah, I think you might need to die about this. So why don't you die about that?
Let's say hypothetically you're offered a ritual dagger.
Oh, as either of us, yes, I think.
With Runic Pyramid, it's pretty nice.
You are about to go to a store, though.
I know. That's what I'm thinking about. Is that 99 gold might really open this store up. I'd love to be able to buy a mango, right?
Rare relic plus removal. God, it might actually be the money. Because, well, let's think about it this way, right? You've got two different competing things that you want to do. You want to get max value out of your Reaper, and you also want to get max value out of your Ritual Dagger. So you want to kill something with the Ritual Dagger, but you also want to keep things alive on the board for the Reaper. You will always be able to line up the Ritual Dagger at the right time and the Reaper at the right time. Runic Pyramid is doing incredible work there. But
how often do they fight with each other, right?
Exactly. Is it often enough that you don't want to split it and just take the 99? I don't know. I think it might be.
The Ritual Dagger, the one thing in its favor is that one thing this deck does lack is like true front load. And Ritual Dagger can really do to just kill something on turn 2, right? But I really like money here. I really like money here a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll go money. Do you take the 2 fights or do you just go more? Well, should I take the 2 fights or should I take the question marks? I was going to say, do you? But do you and should I are different questions.
They are. They are here. Oh man,
With these potions too, like, should I just be looking at cards?
It's not the potions as much as it's the lack of a consistent block core. Like, just like if you found, you know, I don't think you're going to find it impervious necessarily in either of those spaces, but if you found a battle trance, that's very, very good. If you found second wind, oh my god.
Yeah.
A little bit more money for the store too.
Here's a reachy consideration, which I love to talk about stuff like this. These fights are not likely to have a rare in them, but they are guaranteed to offset the rare. Rare offset is the mechanism by which the game basically rigs in your favor. The more fights you take, the higher a chance you get to get a rare. And that applies to shops, and that applies to orrery. And if you can get the rare offset really high, you can buy an orrery and you'll just get like 3 rares. And I've seen this happen and it's beautiful.
Does that change the generation from Astrolabe and from Pandora's Box also?
No, because generative effects don't care about rare offset. It's part of the reason why Dead Branch and Nilrees and Transforms are so strong. You'll see rares just as often as commons.
Okay. I actually think the rare offset and the money sounds really good to me. Can't wait to check back in and see how that goes. Goes. I'd like to enter Divinity in at least one of these fights at some point.
Divinity is coming for you.
Oh, there it is.
Just in time.
Yep. I was just asking about you, Divinity.
How you been? Say hello to your mother for me.
We finally found it. I can start the pressure point stack. Hell yeah. I knew I was just waiting for it.
It's always been coming.
Yo, with my lack of damage, what about another flurry? What about deck with just 2 flurries and swapping stances until you kill
fasting. It's absolutely totally possible to do all your damage with flurry. And especially since you have had so many removals. I love that flurry. Absolutely. I think it's just great. Simply excellent.
Yeah, dance damage card game or Shuriken or Kunai. I'm going straight to the moon with those.
There's no limit. I finally we've talked, this is a bit of pulling back the curtain, but I've talked about how difficult it is to play 2 games of Spire concurrently and commentate them both. And I've noticed that today I'm doing a better job focusing on my own game, but it also keeps resulting in these times to where I have this like Twilight Zone moment where I suddenly remember that you exist, Rhapsody, and that you have a run. And I'll be in my run like, yeah, really play that flex. Yeah, that's nice. And then I look over at your screen and I'm like, whoa, when did I roll Watcher? What's going, where am I? Where am I?
What year is it?
What year is it? Where have I been? You don't remember?
You've been here for 15 years. Man, I'm so glad I drew both Flurry of Blows before the Snecos confused me here. Oh my god.
No lie. You'll get them back at 0. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
They're never going to be drawn.
You've already won. It's over.
What?
Runic Pyramid is so strong, and this will be a great run to demonstrate it, especially because our decks are fairly small. So this is kind of fun when you're done with the fight. Now I'll show up this pick because it's kind of in a funny position.
Sure. Should be done relatively
How
quickly.
close are you to being able to go Divinity like every other turn? Are we close? Wow,
It would be cutting the strike and maybe a defend. Honestly, with if I get another prostrate, then it's not unlikely I can trigger it on turn 1 if I get Scroll in hand.
Yeah. Bottled Scrawl is a huge potential for you. Because I think there was a thought that crossed my mind after you picked up Runic, which was, oh, is Scrawl worse now? And the answer is, no, not necessarily, right?
Yeah,
it still
if I had
accelerates you in.
If I had cards that were really hard to play and not so many miracle generations, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I'm really happy that you took the Deus Ex, because I almost totally flipped and went prostrate, but Deus Ex was correct.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the effect of it right here. Urge 2 more. Nice. Playing around max hand sizes. Just a bit here.
It's fun, though. Oh, you're 1 off of Prostrate Prey.
Yep. Gosh, I'm also 1 off of full defending. Oh, well, 2 off of full defending. Rude.
We close enough.
Can you stop giving me 3 toss cards? Whack. All right, jump back to you. Oh, come on!
If we hadn't taken Runic Pyramid, this Evolve Plus is real snazzy, right?
Uh-huh. It's just hard, the amount of energy you would need to actually empty anything out of your hand with it. And also, the status cards, you're going to have to find a way to get rid of them if you want to use it.
Yep.
It's hard.
But I will say that one of my favorite infinites that I've ever seen is Medkit, Dark Embrace, Evolve, and a Reckless Charge. And you basically find some mechanism to get 1 status in your hand, either from a power through or whatever. You play Reckless Charge, and then you exhaust the status. And it draws you the Dazed, which then draws you the Reckless Charge. And then you play Reckless Charge, and you exhaust the Daze.
Right.
Play Reckless Charge, exhaust the Daze. And now you've gone infinite, right? If you have a Feel No Pain, you are also generating infinite block. And so it's pretty cool, and you can definitely do that with Runic Pyramid, but I think you still don't take this here. It's too clunky. I'm pretty
Just
happy
a
with
bit
the
too thick
Shrug.
for it. Yeah, exactly. A Shrug that does 9 by base. Nice.
Mm-hmm. And with the Reaper to play around and everything.
I think I'd take those.
I think you can skip, right? I think that follow-up will be done better with Flurry. Like, I think bigger burst block, but that can also be done by just getting in Divinity more often with Wallop, you know? And waiting around for more cards like Wallop. You're not in a position where you're about to suddenly die. You can afford to be greedy with your card picks, I think.
Yeah, I feel exceptionally unthreatened right now. Nice. May I
Oh, wow.
have a divinity?
Is that also
please?
an Ambrosia? When did you pick up Ambrosia?
Yeah.
That might be the strongest potion in the game.
It's
certainly up
ridiculous.
there.
3 energy. You're doing, doing damage this turn. Just
We're gonna
damage.
do some damage. Just damage things. Having the Reaper makes it so much easier to play around these fights because you can just accept your lumps. And I love it. Wow, hey, you gotta... When I wish upon a star.
I hate that I'm gonna have to manage this, but I'm doing it.
But you gotta get that money.
It's that money. I get really money.
I need the money. Give me my money.
I don't have to do it now. Not necessarily the best opener right though.
It's fun to have Wild Strike and still play it occasionally. This card is in such a funny position, right? It is genuinely, admittedly, tricky to play around the Wild Strike. because you're putting a wound in your draw. Like it is a fatally flawed card, but it sure does say 12 or 17 damage on it. You know, it's pretty good front-loaded damage. It's sometimes just what you need. It's also a reminder of why it is that I think that Brilliance is kind of in a ridiculously powerful position, because Wild Strike says do 12 or 17 damage on Ironclad and put a wound in your draw, which is better than it used to be because fire breathing. But Brilliance says do 12 damage, but also don't have any downsides, and also you have access to stances, and also you can make this higher if you get mantra. It's like,
Yep.
it's rare, so it's not really an apples to apples comparison, but that card is very strong.
It's damned good. Oh my god. Oh, I don't want to do that yet. All right, we're doing it. Prostrate, wallop, scroll. Fill my hand. Let's kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Okay.
Get him.
Well, that works exceptionally easily. Well.
It is like water. You might want some incremental block.
But does it have to be like water? What if it was empty body? That dips on the Mental Fortress. I have 2 Calm entries and only 1 Wrath entry right now. I've got the Divinity entries as well.
Empty body.
I know the like water is
underpicked this
prior
card.
upgraded.
I know that for sure. I underpick the empty cards in general. And
Yeah,
you do have Mental Fortress, which plays with them really nicely.
it does, but I
like it.
I wish it was like, you know, gain 7 block, enter calm. Just like, just not an exit.
Yeah. What you want is Inner Peace as a block card.
But Teak, this deck works really well right now. Is this better than not having it? This is a consideration, especially when I'm playing as thin as I possibly can and trying to go for consistent engines. A consideration I often have is, yeah, this is good. Is it better than not having it?
And in a legitimate question here, right? So you can try to do some calcs on this. Realistically, how much block can you make on a typical turn, and how much block can you make on burst? This is actually a really good exercise that I don't do often enough.
Yes. A lot. The burst, like, you know, a mean case for the burst would be in Wrath, throw a wallop. Wallop is doing 13, doubles 26, against an unguarded opponent, 26 burst, right? Imagine maybe a prostrate's in that hand. Possibly. It's quite consistent.
Could be 42 block with Divinity.
Yes.
By itself.
I've got burst block out the wazoo, and I can hold for burst block importantly as well. If I see a turn coming up in the future, I can just hold the wallop and prostrate.
Your high-end burst target is 50, basically. If you think that you can burst to 50, really by heart 60, 70, but if you can burst to 50, then you're already in the end game of block, and if you can consistently block for 30, then you're pretty much in the end game of block there too.
I think if I put a Tantrum in this deck and cut a strike and a defend, I would be able to hit 50 easily. Yeah. The totally problem is the interim defense. Like, you know, my normal turn is maybe a 12, 10.
Yeah, and that's behind curve, right? You got to get to a place to where, like, 10 to 15 Act 1, 20 to 30 Act 2, and 30 to 45 Act 3 kind of is like where you're going for block numbers, right? I have never said those words before, by the way, but I just kind of randomly pulled from my memory bank. I would actually love to see someone do an analysis of what the actual distribution of damage is, but I bet it's about like that.
Yeah, also it gets confused by things like, you know, special effects, like exploders exploding and, you know, the 45 and stuff like that.
Honestly, that's not a block check, that's a damage check. I consider the exploders to be a damage check.
Yes, they definitely are.
I think you can skip here. I think you're right. I think you don't need any of these cards. I think you're right.
It's just, I just need another stance change, but I don't need it to be an exit.
Take more fights, take more shops.
We'll do it.
Take more dream catchers.
I was wondering if you were waiting for like the giant Reaper on the enemy there.
You're thinking about it, right?
Well, I mean, you had full HP anyway.
Oh yeah, I already got it. Oh, I was saying you were thinking about this combust or the Arma.
I was thinking about the combust for exactly the same reasons as you'd mentioned the prior pickup.
The rupture. I'm kind of in the same position as you. Like, I'm gonna start to get pretty skippy.
Yep. What's that, Skippy? You're not taking this trash card?
That's a store.
Wait, did y'all have Skippy the Bush Kangaroo? Was that a thing y'all had? Probably not, right?
No, but we have Lassie.
Yeah,
which
Skippy
was
was
a
our
dog.
Lassie. Like, it was
What's that,
puppeted
Lassie?
animal.
The train tracks?
Yep.
The well?
Timmy fell
Yeah,
down the well?
I do that.
You pushed Timmy
do
down
that-
the well? Lassie, why?
I do that bit sometimes on stream. When I'm getting, it's kind of sarcastic, truthfully, but when I'm getting information that, like, to feign surprise, right?
Mhm.
What's that, Lassie? Awakened one gets stronger when I play powers?
Mhm.
Wait a minute. Lassie?
It works perfectly for that because all of those conversations had to be the kind of like typical like you might think of it as like a phone call conversation in a movie now where one person's on one side just expositing everything. What's that, Mr. Johnson? I'm fired, and I'm fired because I did a bad job? Wow! You're mad at me! That kind of thing. Yeah, like one person giving you all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's perfectly
Dude,
there.
we're getting you money. You're getting it now. Are you just gonna win?
Yeah, I thought I had more energy that turn than I did. I miscounted. It happens.
I would have recommended. I might have recommended waiting until Divinity turned to do that. But you know what? I respect the money drive. I really do.
I just
Deeply.
look. I gotta make sure that I get it. Is the thing.
Somebody has to make these dollars, and if it's not me now, then who? When?
Exactly. I'm gonna take my lumps. I did this to myself.
You know what? This is recoverable.
Oh,
And you
I'm not
get
gonna
more-
die.
No. Okay, you want to see a store?
I would love to see a store.
No. We don't. It's not.
No, it's not good enough.
How do you feel about these relics?
Quite good. Quite good.
This is nuts.
It's insane.
This is absolutely wild for what we're
It's
trying to do
berserk,
right now.
but is it going to cause you to have to include more powers in your deck to consistently
Yes,
dip on it?
I think I want three powers is my sweet spot. It might end up being more, but yeah, because I want to be able to clear enemy debuffs. I want to be able to turn flex into inflame pluses, right? Actually, inflame plus pluses, and I want to be able to play like the berserk. You know, it's like honestly, you know, we want 0 cost powers. Metallicize is on sale too, but isn't Toxic Egg tempting? Or is this a situation to where it's not worth the cost because we have Warp Tongs and we're going to just want to reduce the deck size? Is this maybe hold money? Skip the Toxic Egg, like literally one of the strongest relics in the game.
Hang on a second.
Okay. The wheels are turning and the
5,
gears keep on
6.
turning. Burning,
Okay.
turning, and wheels turning and burning.
Okay, let me pitch a sideways one at you.
I love it.
Card removal strike,
So far, so good.
whetstone, orange pellets, metallicize.
Can I afford them all?
I'm almost certain, right? Your removal 75. The
That's
2
pretty
relics
swanky.
total 300, and then 40 for the extra.
So if you're doing that, you're positing that 2 attack upgrades now and 100 gold is worth more than every skill upgraded for the rest of the run.
No, what I'm valuing is that if you get that relic, you have the ability to pass back and forth
True.
upgrades.
True. No, that's true. That's pretty swanky. That's better specifically for Spire with Friends. That's a
Yeah,
good point.
it's a Spy with Friends consideration. We did it. We made one. We did. We've reached this episode's quota.
We finally made thinking with our brain space. So then you go for the metallicize and you call that like pretty decent. It helps you land Reapers. It's really not a bad skill or power, and it's certainly a cool dual wield target. I mean, I've won runs by dual wielding metallicize plus and just like scaling up block like that.
Exactly, and it's not impossible that you would end up doing that. Consider
That was a
if
sweet
you-
pick. I liked that, Raps.
I was really pleased with it. Consider, if you end up in a scenario with a dual wield here, you can just hold dual wield in hand until you get berserk, and then if you play an attack after you've played your 3 berserks, you're getting 3 extra energy every turn.
Yeah. You just do what you want.
Actually, should we watch this this Book of Stabbing fight?
I might recommend it. It could be a good one.
I'm intrigued.
To regen potion here or to not, right?
I was wondering if you were going to do it.
I think I might. I think I might just because as much as I'd love to have double regen potion, like, I don't think I'm going to need to use these in this fight. Yeah, I think I will. And hey, here's a turn to where we could have pellets, and honestly, I think I should have held the panacea, because here I could berserk, defend, and play an attack, and then still have the panacea. Maybe even play that at the end, right? Like maybe play the panacea as the skill.
Ooh. Is there ever a world where you don't play berserk? Yeah. Just asking. Doesn't have to
That's
exist.
a good question. You know what'll be fun? Let's try this. I think I know how this goes, but cleave, defend, berserk.
Yeah, I think, it'll take it.
Right, because it's still going to get blocked by the artifact.
Has to give it to
I think
you to
we
be
always
removed.
play it there, just to make sure that we can clear hand. But a good question, right? Is it possible that we just hold? Man, do I need to power through on this turn? I really would prefer not to. And we have Reaper.
Well, I mean,
This is
you've got the 2
unfortunate.
flexes in your draw pile, so I think you want to
I know
do
what we wanna
anything
do.
you can this turn. Oh.
You see me. I want to be able to cycle the flexes. I don't think that it's going to be...
I like it.
I don't think it'll be a crazy huge deal, but...
So flex, metallicized sword boomerang next turn gets you your full.
I guess I could have not played it and played power through and just hand blocked, and that might have been better, right? Don't play wild strike, hand block with power through, be on 6. But yeah, we can do the metallicized thing next turn. I think that makes sense. Take a little bit of damage here. Needs more wounds in the draw, but
I think you can save power through for a later turn.
yeah, I think so too.
Oh man, love this turn though.
Me too. Me also.
We need to get you vulnerability. I'm amazed you haven't found like worthwhile vulnerability yet.
I 100% agree. 110% agree.
Yeah.
Just to push this damage up and to push the healing up too, right?
21 Reapers.
I think we're gonna Reaper on this turn. And then just hope to draw one of our other damage cards and win.
Yep. And there it is.
Call that pretty good.
Ooh, Heart of War.
That could be an answer to some of our problems.
Yeah, that can get rid of your wounds, no doubt.
I think I like that one. Courier.
We take these.
Wee. Do you
Do I ever?
Do you want a sword boomerang?
What if it entered
Bro.
Wrath for me and then put itself back into my draw pile and also hit a specific target? And also it was named Tantrum.
Dude, there's no doubt that Tantrum is just like, it's, you know, it's the Meta Knight tier
Yes.
of cards. But what if you don't see it? I guess I
Teak.
kind of need this, huh?
Teak, I have a devilish ask to make.
Okay. What is it?
Is
Send this
there
back.
ever a world where I can take that Fiend Fire from you?
A Fiend Fire.
Because my hand is always filled. I can double its damage, and I have 4 strength on lock already in the deck. You need things more than me. But I can do stuff with that also. I don't need
sure
to.
can.
It's fine. How about you find another Fiend Fire and send me the next one? Good lord,
No,
you
take
actually
it.
did it.
Take it.
I
Take it.
am so pleased.
I'm confident. I'm confident. Like, I'm happy with the card, but I already have a True Grit, and there are several other cards that I can find that do the thing that I need.
Mm-hmm. Deeply appreciated, bud.
I am... It is dangerous in this game to count your chickens before they start waking you up in the morning, but I feel good. I've played a lot of Spire, and I'm certainly not in a tailspin.
Yeah, I'm not already composing the outro in my head, but I might be that close to it, you know?
Juzu bracelet, huh? I take key a lot over Juzu bracelet. I think I take key here over Juzu bracelet.
You totally go for that.
I quite like fights too.
I got question card on my own, so it worked well for me.
The owner died.
Yeah,
I won the bet.
Now, I've left myself here so you can take that first elite, as was the original plan.
Oh, okay. That's what you want?
Yep.
What you really want? Okay, then that's what I prefer. So, perfect.
That's exactly what I want, what I really want.
It is turn 1.
Oh, there it is as well. Oh my god, the perfect setup. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Okay. That was actually really lucky. No. Oh wait, you're not going to play Panacea this turn. Of course, you don't have to.
I'm just going to hold it.
Yep. So I'm living in the world where
for.
we're not discarding cards, but
No. Yeah. I feel you, man.
oh, I feel you, man. What? Oh, that's Base Hunter, Dota. Visita Harivanta, noche lita Dota. Oh my god, you do know the next line! Hell yeah!
I do. I really do.
I feel you, man.
I did not miss, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a friend. I remember. So fun fact: Base Hunter was in many ways my gateway into electronica.
Ooh.
Because growing up, I listened to like exclusively classic rock. What does that mean? We don't know. Does it mean prog rock? Is it just Cream? Is it just Eric Clapton?
Yeah.
You know, but does it mean like early like light metal? Is it like Metallica or is it like Megadeth? Like what's classic rock, right? I listened to rock. And then I listened to alt rock, grunge rock, you know, newer rock, pop rocks. And then I went through this massive renaissance through high school and college to where I went from listening to like the tendrils of rock things as according to like, you know, my white family or whatever. And then I started listening to more stuff. And so first, you know, my school was very, very heavily Latino. I played on the soccer team. I started listening to hip hop and rap. And that was awesome because that like opened my mind. I was like, wow, this is such fun music. And I get a very different musical experience than I've been having. And then my friend had an FJ Cruiser and he would drive around in an FJ Cruiser with the sides off and listen to that Base Hunter album. And I was deeply inspired in that moment.
I find it remarkable how deeply relatable exactly that journey is for me.
Really?
WSFM was the classic rock station. There's a reason that it's wormed its way into my head, and it's because that's all I listened to growing up.
That's
funny.
That's funny.
After like I did my exploration. My exploration was more in kind of like punk realm, although you know. Clapton was in there, like one of the
I
only
just named
albums.
a random, a total virtuoso, right? That's no offense to Eric Clapton. He's like one of the best musicians of all time. But just to say, A, what does classic rock mean? And B, like what was my sphere was so much smaller than all of music, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But like Clapton, Frampton, like I had my dad's
anything with
taste.
an sound.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And,
hey, we all do. I think we all do. We have our parents, or many of us, not we all, because everybody's relationship, but many of us have our parents' tastes when it comes to this.
It's the stuff that you were exposed to. And then I got into high school and, you know, like Green Day was all I was listening to at the time, and then later Good Charlotte and things like that. Like I went punk a little, but pop punk, really. Like what we would now refer to as pop punk.
Right.
And for a small period of time, I was one of those like anything except for rap and classical.
Country.
Rap and country. That was it. Sorry, I was trying to think of the second one. I was like, it starts with a C.
Of course. This
and
is like the most common Tinder description or whatever. I like
it
to
is.
listen to everything.
My favorite movie is Fight Club. It's exactly
and then you start
that
exploring
kind
music
of thing.
and it's like, yeah.
Exactly. Like initially, when I branched out and tried to listen to other genres, when I listened to them, it was like, man, this is failing at being rock. It was failing at being rock. It didn't live up to my expectations because it wasn't the thing that I was already familiar with. And then as soon as I actually gave it the time of day and was like, okay, My in was actually listening to like professional music reviewers and professional musicians talk about the techniques in it, and then I could evaluate the techniques and I could see like the construction of it, and I could see how that was fundamentally different to everything I'd experienced up until that point, and then value it on its own base rather than comparing it to something else.
It's a really feel good moment to start to have that expansion. That much I know for sure.
Yes. Like the year that I discovered MF Doom was like, it's all I remember from that year actually, is just like,
really?
Yep.
Close are we? So this is going to be a fun one because the resource that we have and have not actually used yet is our health bar.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's finally time to do so.
Yeah, it's harder to put more wounds in that hand at this point, right?
Yeah, we need to be really careful with that.
I'm so sorry. I've taken this feed by now. Just seeing it. This is perfect.
No. I made that decision. I maintain my confidence. I'm still confident. So part of what happened is this Gremlin leader took a really aggressive buffing path. This fight is really fun. This is one of my favorite fights in the game because there is a lot of non-determinism in it.
And you have a lot of influence over the non-determinism, interestingly, as well.
Yes, which is fairly unique. So there's my Yale. And my Keel.
Very, very nice.
Basically, we needed to figure out how to turn Reaper into a really good block card in this game. And we did so by purposefully leaving some enemies alive so that we could then heal off of them afterwards, right? So, Winged Boots!
Winged Boot.
I think I like Dark Embrace here too, actually. That's another power, and it's quite a good one. And if I do find Medkit, I mean, get me back that Evolve. Am I going to take this Elite, actually?
Yo. Wait.
Right?
Hang on. Why would you take that rather than the one that's directly above that frees up a relic under it?
Because aren't you going to this one? Or do you want the relic?
Well, I mean, like, I'd fight the Elite just to get the relic at this point. I mean, I can probably trample all over the Elite. It doesn't matter, right? So I could also try and roll for a potion, could also try and roll for money. So it could be right. Okay. And also,
I'll save Wing Boots if you want me to save Wing Boots.
No, because we're late enough in the game that saving Wing Boots doesn't make much sense. When are you going to find 3 more opportunities?
And we might be able to send them back. We could get 6 uses if we're feeling really ambitious. Yeah,
I like it. You go fight that.
In that case, can I have this event? It's got 2 events.
Yeah.
This event. I do want 1 event at this point, actually. Yeah. This has been a wicked cool act. Hey, everybody Wing Boots all the time. Everybody, of course. Why wouldn't we?
But should I? Do I need it?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Dude, you want to see a pretty funny fight?
I love it. Your turn.
Confusion, I guess.
Oh my god, and the flex is still 0 cost.
Something like this, something like this, something like this, and how about one of these?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel good about it.
As well you should.
Don't need to watch the whole thing. So we both have Wing Boots. We need to take Elites. As many as we can. What are our highest value notes? You have 500 gold.
I do have 500 gold. Hey, I might actually... Oh, no, but there's... No, but the shop is shared on the same floor as the rest of the Elites, and I should go for the Elite and then get floors with the shop's next floor. I think I'm going to jump across this Courier, because I have a lot of money, and you have a Fiendfire you've sent to me there. Unless the right option is waiting for you to go to one of the end Couriers to possibly be able to send back the...
Whetstone?
The Whetstone, and then try and... send it back at my end.
Might be pretty cool. And so you go to the Elite that's on the right, and I go to the Elite that's here, is the plan? Okay. I think that's great.
I like that a lot, but it will require that I just linearize the run again.
You know, this keeps happening, but like, who loses, you know? There's no real loser in this operation.
Except for this
it's just winning all the way across. The Snecko is the loser in this operation, that's clear.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I agree. Heartily.
Man, if I had a lessons learned, I'd be so pleased. In so many fights, I was
That's
just like...
a general truth.
It's true. That is true. It's pre-upped and you still don't have a fear no evil. Feel no... Whoa!
Feel no people.
Teak. I
Feel no-
constantly get fear no evil wrong by calling it feel no pain, and then I was trying to talk about feel no pain, and I accidentally called it fear no evil. I correctly got... I used the right name the wrong time. I was perfectly incorrect. I'm like a clock that's not broken, but like offset entirely from what the time is.
I'm a clock that's wrong. Okay. But you know, I kind of want to... Gosh. I think we are breaking... The consideration was to only play defense on this turn to get the Art of War value for next turn, but I think that we want to get the orange pellets procced.
Oh, okay. Right.
Proc the orange pellets so that we can lock in the energy and everything else before playing Panacea here, because now we can use Panacea to avoid Entangle. We cannot orange pellets out of that.
Yep.
That's the one thing in the whole game. The only debuff that you cannot orange pellets out of is right here. Oh, I finally get to demonstrate this thing I've talked about a million times and that I never show in the moment. Now watch. Watch this net.
Yep. Watching intently. There is a net there.
Don't take your eyes off of it. Whatever you do.
It feels like you're a magician setting up the
I know.
What's the disappearance part? The prestige is the return.
It doesn't actually like animate. It just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
And there it went.
No net.
There is no net. There is no net. You know, get them. This might not be a Swordarang. In fact, it's not. And we don't have to, well, 12. Oh. Yeah, we take these. Because 7 we heal, mostly.
Yeah.
Just simplifies the fight so much to not have to think about that.
Very, very true. Good fight.
Stone Calander, there's the feel no pain. We take these.
Yup. Yes, you do.
Where's my rare offset right now?
What was the last rare you were offered? It would be Fiendfire, right? So
Yeah, and that was
about half
way
hour ago.
back. But also this could be Thwack. Thwack. Oh, Wheel of Abandon Run.
Is it time
Roll
to
it.
abandon the run?
Do it.
Streak ends now?
Want to take it?
Ah.
Wheel of Gain More Goodies. A gift. Hey, it's my own personal strike dummy.
I'm gonna send you a second one, and you're actually gonna have to keep the strikes in the deck.
Yeah, please. It's here. You want a whetstone for
It's
30
here.
gold? You may have it.
Hell yes.
You don't need
Much
anything else
appreciated.
here, do you? I'm gonna wait for you to come back in case you can give it back to me.
Well,
But
well, I don't think I can give it back to you here because I won't have the ability. There you go. Copper strike, dummy. How many strikes do you have left in your deck at this point?
Double strike. You should totally do it.
How many? You got wild strike, 3 strikes. This would make you take a twin strike right here. Every twin strike does
Yeah.
+6 damage both times.
That's nuts. That's a very large twin strike indeed.
Hey, do you need another
I'm
Oddly
taking it.
Smoothstone though?
You know? Do I need it? No. Do I benefit from it? Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think you benefit from it so much more than I do.
I love how cheap it is to send relics around. It's kind of, it's just fun. It's just fun. And look at all my duplicity. I'm building this beautiful, can we just make art in one of our runs? Like our only goal is to align the relic bar to tell a story.
Just try and
What's the
organize it by color and shape.
Yeah, exactly, like the Rainbow Bazaar, or just be. Once upon a time, a cultist wandered into a web in a pyramid. There were corn nuts there. I always thought orange pellets kind of looked like corn nuts.
I've not seen corn nuts. I don't know what they are.
That might be an American thing. It sounds like it's not an Australian thing.
Seems quite likely. So should I just send prey into the abyss right now?
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, do you have enough prostrate for that to be worth?
Well, it's not that I have enough prostrate for that to be worth. It's just, it's a card that I almost never play. Whereas I cycle and play both prostrates more times than I play prey ever.
Ship it.
Ship
it. That's an 18 gold removal. Why don't you just go ahead and get the hell out of Dodge? That's right.
All right. I am going to stay on my screen for just a bit as I have the ability possibly to give this back.
Of course. I'm here with you. I'm in it. In some ways, I love when the strategically optimal thing is for us to linearize our runs, because then I just get to experience your whole run. The parallelizing makes for really good content, but sometimes just having a 2-for-1 run special is very fun too. Wow.
You upgraded them! All their costs! Okay, cool. Well done.
Snecko oil with the runic pyramid, that was bold. I liked it. I did.
It feels like I don't have many opportunities to do it, so it made it easier to do it
in your shop, by the way. Just as a reminder, that's going to be quite a good thing for you. How are you killing? Are you going to have to like wish for value here? Are you going to have to wish for strength? No, that enemy is mostly dead.
Desperately trying not to do that. Oh man, I hate that discarded the extra.
Yeah, it's tough. You definitely don't want to use Ambrosia here if you can avoid it, but I mean, if it saves you 40 life, you might end up doing it.
And it might be.
Given how expensive the hand is, yeah. To pop Ambrosia this turn would put you in a position to actually play fasting. Because otherwise, tough to do, right?
I'm not thrilled about it, but look, if it's got to happen, it's got to happen. And sure, I even get to play the wish on the back of it.
It kind of pays for itself, almost. Yeah, we wouldn't say optimal outcome, but it could have been worse. It could have been worse. That's the kind of, there's some potions that I'm looking at and asking, you know, can I get this all the way to the heart? And that's certainly one of them.
Yeah, I would have liked.
Ooh! Bro, there's 2 incredible cards there. I would have already clicked on Talk to the Hand, and then I would have thought about the devotion, and I would have been like, wait a minute, that card.
I had to.
No, I love the pick.
I think it makes it a lot easier for me to have removed the previous one as well. These are the turns that the block is a little bit annoying on.
Yeah, turn 1. That's why we need to bottle your scrawl. Talk to the Hand is, especially with the flurries, it can be a single card solution for in-game block, because it allows you to do better damage and block with it. But I think that you're going to be able to get away with not that. Like, we get you 1 more wallop and a couple removals, and you're not going to need the Talk to the Hand.
4 or 8.
You calculating lethal?
I'm not calculating lethal. I'm calculating whether or not I have the ability to erupt the enemy in such a way that one of the flurry of blows sets its malleable value back down to 0, or rather, not as malleable, just perfectly removes its block, so that then the wallop does maximal effect. Right.
You are still then taking 48 damage and walloping for 18. That's a tough place to be.
Yep.
Unless you wish for strong. I think that you're accepting large bonk.
But the large bonk is large.
Good news is eruption. Whatever you don't play, you get to hold.
Health is a resource.
Money. Yeah, and you have champ coming up. Do you slaughterize champ with the devotion upgraded? Yeah, you do.
Yep.
Yeah. Fasting. Yeah. You're over the curve, and you can Fiendfire out whatever cards are not part of your cycle. Fiendfire is so cool for you. I'm really loving that.
It's really damn good. And now we hit scroll, and then we draw Fiendfire, and then we. Bye-bye.
We don't even need these cards. We never needed these cards. I tend to love halt as a block option, and if you're trying to get better at it,
being able to keep it in hand for the right time. I still only have the one Roth entry, but I'm still looking for tantrums, so.
Always and forever, perennially.
So good with fasting, double dips on the block. I have to take it, but man.
Whetstone.
There you go. Cop it.
Send it. Cop this freaking whetstone.
Hey, you want some more max HP?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think you want that more than I do.
So you can send it. I'm not taking it right now. I'm gonna take it in the next act in case we get like a sacred bark or something.
Sounds good. Drink it then.
Drink it when you need it.
Huh.
Are you ready for fights? Fights in champ spaces?
Yes, I am. Now, we did sit on the very end on my screen, so let's go with your fight first.
Okay.
Oh, I should get into the fight, though, before that for the boss music, so I should assign my upgrade, which is Devotion, because of course it's Devotion.
I think always. And it's particularly good for this fight, too, right? And there's your 1-cost power for your orange pellets. Like,
when I get it.
Place. Yeah, exactly. So I'm leaning potentially towards Dark Embrace as the upgrade here. In general, I feel really good about power upgrades because everything else we can afford to sit on. The sword boomerangs hurt when they don't get upgraded, but I just got another whetstone.
Hey, that means that they are no longer targets for the warp tongs. It means they're no longer targets for the whetstone after this point. And we've got flying boots. We might fly all over the place. Why have I used to? Oh, probably. We might fly all over the place and just constantly upgrade the whole deck. I like it.
Okay, to quickly finish my thought.
Sorry.
All of the powers want to be upgraded because we don't want to sit around and wait for them to get upgraded. And energy upgrades right now are quite good because we're on 3.
Makes a lot of sense.
Makes Dark Embrace an easier entry into the orange pellets epic, as it were. These strikes do 15 damage, by the way. That's fantastic.
It's
I think
it's a
this
brilliance.
is the kind of hit that we just take. Really.
Yeah.
Really.
I don't know if you want to block it and set yourself up with that many wounds that early. Yeah.
Could have also played the Wild Strike. I guess my consideration was I want to be able to clear the champ's debuffs while I'm setting up. I don't think I need to flex potion through this fight. I think flex will be enough. As long as I play well, I should be fine. Yeah. And we have a lot of health to play around.
Good debuff clear. Ooh. Anytime you can save the strength, it's going to be worth.
Agreed, and I need to open the hand up. We also have a True Grit, which is a big part of my comfortability in this fight right now.
While you're maintaining cards in hand that you intend to play later, things like the Reaper, things like the Power Through, do you not find it really, really hard to use that? Because, it might destroy the card I was holding?
What, the True Grit?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is increasingly a target for upgrade. And that's usually how I find True Grit works, is that I'm really comfortable with it unupgraded until about Act 3. And then it starts to get, especially with something like Pyramid, it starts to become important, actually. Yeah. Probabilistically, though, this is the thing. This is where the way we feel and the way the stats work out are often different. Probabilistically, you can play this card way more often than you think. The unupgraded True Grit, if it's hitting your my Please Don't Hit Me card 10% of the time, you could probably just play it, right? Or 20%, 30%. And so that's something that I think is really interesting about the card, is that how bad we think it is often based more on the feeling of hitting the bad card than it is the actual probability, right?
I was
very similar to the face trade.
Definitely. I was skewed very heavily against it for a really long period of time, and it was largely based on the fact that my playstyle, like, if you took one of the cards out of the deck, congratulations, you just beat me. Like,
yeah.
Like, Rampage is my only damage card or something like that, just doing things like that consistently. And since I played, actually, kind of like, probably like the beta version of part of the presentational factor of Ladder Streak is the How to Beat series that I did with Lolash very, very early on. And a lot of that was about him trying to get me to explore cards like that. I really appreciated it.
I'm keeping Art of War open this turn, so I can have a really big turn here.
Mm-hmm.
I might hold this for this, actually. Because we've got... I did play the Panacea to open hand space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice.
Dark Embrace to clear this debuff, and then we're ready to win. I mean, it's time. We are more than ready, I should say.
You're ready to pull the crazy Ivan. You're ready to turn and burn.
That's right. Plus Stone Calendar going off.
Mm-hmm.
It is time. We can hold and get rid of this, actually. So we're
yeah,
not
you should, because then you can get rid of it on the turn that he is just buffing.
Yep.
That's good. I like that.
Feels weird to play these sword boomerangs. I almost want to make the deck smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to get really cheesy with this bot?
How cheesy can we get?
Okay.
Oh.
Give me some time.
Okay.
I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I was not intending to play those cards. I would have needed like 10 we could have done this. The idea was I would True Grit down to like only sword boomerang and flex and just do 1,000 damage every turn. But we simply don't need to do it. We shouldn't do it. We shouldn't do it, but it is a funny thought.
Perfect. Oh, you'll love to
Our
see
strikes do so much. Hello.
Nice.
Good fight. GG. We'll be
All
back
right.
to this.
All right, bud. What are you what are you up to here?
What up?
One of those. Play one of those.
I have a fun idea too. I'm looking at my cards and I'm like, I'm all jazzed up. But we'll see it soon. We'll see it soon. You seem to have some miracles.
I do.
Would you say
I
you believe
do.
in them? Your enemy is hitting you for damage.
Yeah, they're doing approximately damage right now. I'm trying not to care about it as much. I do what I can when I can with what I can.
That's a good policy.
What I can do right now is that.
I mean, that's a good turn. And you're all cleared up. You get your Fiend Fire loaded and ready to rock to clear whatever it is that you don't care about. Question is...
yeah, do I wish for strength?
Can you rob this fool? The safe and easy line is to wish for strength here and then fasting next turn and win, right? But you are in kind of a... You really could have 2 bad turns and lose, but can you clear the bad turns with Fiend Fire? Maybe you don't have 2 bad turns.
I think now that I've done as much setup as I have and Scroll is still in the draw pile,
Yeah.
I don't think it's...
I think
Oh,
you're
nice.
clean.
Thank you for taking another turn off, bud.
Oh, that is very generous. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You do that again.
Are you going to Vigilance before the draw so it doesn't get Fiend Fired and so you can hold the Flurry through the Scrawl through the draw?
The concern is whether or not that will allow me to stay... Like, I would need Eruption entry again, but then what am I just doing? Devotion stuff? Maybe I'm just doing Devotion
Yeah,
stuff
you're gonna be Divine every turn. You're basically clearing everything other than Prostrates and your Flurries and whatever. That's pretty good, actually.
2. Then we Vigilant Scroll. I guess throw these first. Scroll. Okay. Definitely Devotion. Do you need to go out right now?
Doesn't.
It doesn't,
Absolutely
because
doesn't.
I can do it with Divinity.
Yeah. And just win.
Hey, the 6,
Pretty-
I'm not
pretty
generating an
sick.
extra fortress system. No, I am generating an extra fortress system. Yeah, it's fine. We'll overdraw it with.
You call that a weapon? Yes, I do.
You call that a weapon? What about this weapon? You ready to take 24 by 9 damage this turn, friend? leaving a prostrate, a wallop, a prostrate, a halt, and a bowling bash left in the deck. Yeah.
You still have Stone Calendar too. You win.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm extremely confident in this line of play.
Enemy is dying.
They wanted to live. They didn't know that I was not going to allow that to occur.
Had already won.
Hey, what's up, bud? You doing good?
Wow. Oof.
And then the stone calendar would have gone off at the very end as well, had we ended that turn. Oh.
Oh my.
It's
You did
important to
scroll.
note, just for the record,
Yes.
the pyramid does not retain. It doesn't say the keyword retain. I know this was something
Nope.
I dealt with a lot during the start of the Watcher.
Not
It's
retention.
unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, it came
What if we had
back.
2 Berserk?
Ooh.
What if we had 5 energy a turn with no energy relics?
Do you have 5 energy a turn worth of things to spend consistently?
Well, there were many turns, especially now that we have Dark Embrace, to where I could have done so, and we can certainly draft into them, right? We can start taking things like Uppercut. We can start taking these more expensive entry points. Exhume is usually like a very top pick for me, but it's in a funny place. Right now we're exhuming what? We're exhuming Reaper. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Panacea,
Although-
not so good.
Because
Disarm
Reaper is
later.
something you don't play for such a long period of time, you would end up with Reaper and Exhume just sitting in hand next to one another a lot of the time.
But Reaper Exhume is a legit path through the heart, and that might be a reason to move in that direction slightly. Is Exhume as mechanism to elongate the heart fight, right? So that's legit, and it opens up other lines. If we find a Disarm, that's an incredible target for Exhume. Certainly possible. I don't know. I mean, I'm like, part of me is like, maybe it's finally time to just take this Fiendfire. I do have a Feel No Pain. It's certainly a way to clear statuses
Dark
in the
Embrace
absence of others.
fills your hand again immediately after it.
Yeah. Yeah,
how
it's
about
probably
you
just the
hold?
play, right?
I think it is probably Fiendfire, but you could hold for a second because we can see if there's an energy relic after this.
Sure. Are you taking Scrawl?
I'm stuck between it and Deus Ex Machina again.
I really, really like Scrawl for you because what kills you is having 2 bad turns. And Scrawl helps you not. Scrawl helps you find like a way out of your turn 1. That's basically what you need. I would
just
take a
want the
Vault
Scrolls
here if it were
upgraded.
ruptured.
Oh, I love Vault. My God.
Yeah, I agree. The Scrolls, they want to be upgraded. I agree.
There is an
man.
energy relic after this.
There is, but also we have 2 Wing Boots. We could take so many elites.
There's only so
I'm
many
taking
elites on the
Fiendfire.
map, though.
I'm taking Fiendfire so that I can take this Black Star.
If you go Black Star, I'm probably going Philosopher's Stone.
Okay. That works quite nicely. I think you won a 4th energy. Is this the unspoken of Ironclad on comfortable on 3 energy run? It's not. But I'm going to pretend it is until it feels like it is.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa, I have a Reaper.
We share health and max HP, and we increase our max HP to half again your combined average. Yes. Yes. Of course it's Mirror Touch here. You handle our health. I'll bop nerds. You also bop nerds. We'll both bop nerds. You handle our health. The division of labor is not equal here.
This has become such a complex run because now we have to coordinate like turn to turn, fight to fight our health in order to maximize Reaper value. I'm hopeful that we can just mostly play in Act 3, but once we get to the Act 3 bosses and the Act 4 boss, like we're gonna have to go back and forth and do Reaper shenanigans.
Yep.
That's gonna be so much fun.
We're going to be able to explore that fun
baby.
in the next act. You'll be able to find that again, possibly,
wait.
but also possibly. We'll see you then.
It's time.